So as I said, I'm Rebecca, and I'm the Skills and Talent Strategy Lead at Wired Sussex. Some of you may recognise me. I've been with Wired Sussex for 7.5 years now, and have delivered a wide variety of projects during that time with a number of you. So welcome, friends, old and new. I recently come back from maternity leave to take on a really exciting role at Wired Sussex, Skills and Talent Strategy Lead. At Wired Sussex, we really recognise the importance of skills and talent to our sector, and so we've created this role so that I can understand the challenges that our communities create, identify ways that we can work together to really make a difference. So I'm going to briefly this morning just give you an introduction to Talent Festival, an overview of some of the themes that are present in my work, and a little bit of an overview of some of the activities that I'm working on. So for anyone who doesn't know, today is part of a 3-day talent festival that we run called Talent Fest, which comprises of a jobs fair, a portfolio clinic, and a skills summit. The purpose of the festival is really to help our members attract, train, and retain the talent that they need to thrive. The festival is now in its 3rd consecutive year, and it's been really exciting this year to see it growing from strength to strength. And before I go into too much detail about the festival, I just want to say a couple of thank yous. I know they should normally come at the end of the day, but I just wanted to get in there early, because today could not have been possible if it wasn't for the overwhelming support of our community. A big thanks to all of our sponsors and supporters, especially American Express and Paul at the back. I've been working closely with him over the past few months to really curate a festival that embraces our community and diversity and inclusion. Also, all the companies that took part in our jobs fair earlier in the week. We had a huge jobs fair at the Clarendon Centre with lots of exhibiting companies, masterclasses, one-to-one advice sessions, and last night we had a portfolio clinic where leading design agencies from our community gave up their evenings with a whole gang of freelancers to give one-to-one advice to aspiring designers. And also, thank you to you guys for being here today, for giving up a glorious Thursday to come and stand with me in a dark room and discuss skills and talent. It shows our commitment. The beach 100 yards away, but we'll get there. So, Talent Festival. As I said, it's a 3-day talent festival, a jobs fair, which is really about giving companies like yourselves an opportunity to meet new talent, the portfolio clinic, which is about one-to-one advice for designers, and today's skills summit. And the skills summit really is an opportunity where we can bring people together in a comfortable community environment to discuss safely the challenges that we face, the real challenges that we face in attracting, training, and retaining talent. And it's been a real pleasure for me coming back over the past few months to work with our members and to talk with you and to hear the challenges that you face and some of the really innovative things that you're doing to try and solve these challenges. And for me to start to piece together some of the ways that we can collectively put force behind that. I think it's also really important to say that, that today's Skills Summit isn't the end of a journey. It's really the next step down the path. As I say, the festival's been going for 3 years now. And at each stage, the Skills Summit has been a really vital role for us to take another step forward. Can I check who was at the Skills Summit last year? Was anyone? So I have a real personal thank you to all of you guys, because I don't know if you recall, but at the end of last year's Skills Summit, you had a workshop where you were brainstorming all of your aspirations for our cluster. And we've used that to really inform the work that I'm doing and to pull out themes that we should be addressing. And I'd like to just take a few minutes to talk you through some of those themes and how that's relating to the work that I'm doing. Sorry for reading from my slides. These are all really important information, and I don't want to leave anything out. So I do apologise. I'm trying to keep eye contact, but don't want to miss anything out. So there were four clear themes that came out of last year's festival. First and foremost was people are our greatest asset, and this really comes across when I'm talking to companies. We know that in order for our businesses to thrive, we need the right people within our organisations. Also, diversity and inclusion. We recognise that talent is widespread, but the opportunity isn't, and we're really trying to make a change there. We are committed to making Greater Brighton a place where anyone can have a fulfilling career in digital, and I think the emphasis there is really on anyone. Our sector should be open so everyone can take opportunity of all the exciting things that we have going on. And we also see the great work that's already going on in our sector around diversity and inclusion. You know, I just went to Spring Forward, which Reefa Thorpe-Tracy puts on, which is an amazing festival celebrating women in tech. Also, we've been working with Brighton Digital Women in terms of promoting today's event and COBAR, and we really want to begin to build closer relationships with these fantastic organisations and work with them to make an impact. Lifelong learning as well. I'm sure we all recognise that our sector moves at a breakneck speed sometimes, and that we can't just get the skills that you need at university and rely on those throughout your career. So we're working with the community to ensure that that we can upskill and retain the tools that we need to deliver the innovative new products that are coming. And also this is really sort of at the heart of Wired Sussex, which is collaboration is key. Phil Jones, our MD, has a phrase which is sort of like an unofficial motto in our office, which we refer to, which is all boats rise with the tide. And I love that when I joined Wired Sussex, that just really spoke to me, that it isn't Wired Sussex and our members, we are together, and us with our members and our members together can make such a huge impact. And it's a real highlight of my job being able to support that. So I'm just going to briefly touch on some of the projects that I'm working on. Talent Fest I've just covered, but I'll just run you through some of the other things. So a big thing which I'm really excited to announce is our Skills and Talent Manifesto. I think I emailed you all about this, but we're really excited today to announce that we've launched our Skills and Talent Manifesto. This came out of the findings from last year's Skills Summit, so you might recognise some of the language in there. But this is essentially a shared aspiration that we have for our cluster to make Greater Brighton a place where anyone can have a fulfilling career in the digital sector. The manifesto will complement a lot of the great work that's already taking place in our community and will help us work better together through a shared commitment. And also, moving forward, it's going to help provide me with some strategic guidance on the sorts of activities that we should be doing. And we really believe that if all of our members can come together behind this document and we can add real weight to it and real momentum, that we can use this to galvanise us and to push Brighton forward, and Greater Brighton forward, to become a place which is really at the cutting edge of not only innovations, but the support of the people to make those innovations a reality. Oh, can I just ask how many people have signed up to this manifesto yet? A couple of you. Well, we have outside lots of information about it, and I'll be around over lunch. So if you'd like to sign up, if you'd like to come to me or anyone in a yellow t-shirt, we'd be delighted to talk to you about it a little bit more. And we can sign you up today and get the little photos, but we can talk more about that later on. So Skills and Talent Toolkit is another project which I'm working on, which came out of the manifesto. And that's really that a lot of our members have challenges they've identified individually on attracting, training and retaining talent. So I put together a little challenges board on the way in, which I see a lot of you have contributed to. And what we want to do is to look at what are the biggest challenges that our community face in attracting, training and retaining talent, and how can we help support you to address those challenges. So we're going to have a toolkit which will sit on our new website, which will be online resources, signposting, blogs, advice, categorised in those areas where you can go to. And if you're facing a challenge, you can try and find some of the solutions there. Also, collaborations and partnerships. So a big part of my role is helping to, as I say, work with a lot of the work that's already going on in the sector, in our community. And we recognise that it isn't possible for me as a single person or Wired Sussex as a single organisation to address everything that we need for our sector. We really need to work with you and to be partnering with you and to be partnering with the community groups, to be partnering with our education providers to make sure that we are equipped as a community to really thrive. And working together, as I say, it's not just your organisations. If you personally have any challenges that you're facing, if you have any expertise that you would like to share in this area, if you have any ideas of things that we could be working on together, then I would love it if you either want to come and talk to me today or drop me an email, and we'll see how we can work together to achieve great things. So that's it from me. Sorry for starting the day with lots of talking from me when there's such an exciting programme of speakers lined up. It's been an absolute pleasure curating today. I've had such wonderful feedback from everyone who's coming along and from people who couldn't make it about how inspiring the talks sound. And I really hope that today will inspire you, empower you, and bring us together. So that leads me to introduce Sophie Davis-Patrick, who is going to be our facilitator for today. Sophie has 20 years of experience in the digital sector, and she's a Director of Technology at American Express. Director of Engineering at American Express, and a STEM ambassador. And I've seen some of the great work. I've seen Sophie talk many times, inspiring the next generation of talent for our community. And we're really excited to say that she's just joined Wired Sussex as a non-exec director. So if you could join me in welcoming Sophie, that would be wonderful. Thank you.